everyone, welcome to my Patreon page. So I'm going to give you a bit of a teaser on some of the things that you can actually access through the Patreon pages. We will be talking, of course, about Avalon, where it came from, its connection to the star system, out of the solar planet, the lost people of Avalon. We will talk about Camelot. We will talk about Mary Magdalene. We will talk about the Upper Island. We will talk about totems, symbols, everything that is associated with Avalon from the beginning. So you have to bear with me because this history is really, really old, and it's been hidden. It's been hidden in a lot of ways to keep the energies here. We just have to decipher through it. A lot of the things I will be talking about is the truth. Now, this is part of Avalon. We work on blue energy, and the blue energy is all about truth. But then we shift down to the heart energy and we do it from love. So there's a lot of ways that we shift up and down all the time. So what we will be doing with that is learning more and more about really the white Indigenous race, from where it came from, the birthing process, and also why we came here. A lot of the elders talk about, and a lot of other cultures, they always talk about they come from the dark and the light comes halfway through their creation. Now with us, it's the opposite. So everything that I will be sharing and been holding my tongue for a long time is going to be contradictory to everything that you know and you thought you knew about history. So the funny thing is that most people, when I tell these stories, they go, oh, we know this is right. They feel it in their body, feel it in their vibration, feel it in their cells, and feel it within their soul. And this is what it is to do about activating you back to memories of long forgotten. So this is important. I will be talking with a lot of elders around the planet. I'm going to talk to them more on their first encounter with the what now is called the white Indigenous race before colonialism, before we took over their land. How come we went and destroyed Atlantis? How come we went and destroyed Lemuria? All these things. So there's going to be lots of information there, but I'm also going to be talking to the youth. So we're going to look at past and we're going to look at where we are now today. So we then are going to look to the youth to see where they want the future. Now, we are custodians of the planet. We are only the guardians for the next generation. We go through different generations all the time. So there's so much information that's going to be shared on this page. I just hope you all just have faith in me to be able to pass this message around the world so that we can get back into a collective consciousness and let's bridge everything with all races, all rainbow tribes, that we become one. This is part of my mission. Part of my mission is also bringing the feminine energy back. But bringing the feminine energy back is bringing it back the right way, not the way that we think the feminine energy should be. So even that is going to turn contradictions on everyone's belief. Okay, so I'm very much the person that likes to make people think and make people to really analyze what we have been told. This is just history, this is just evolution and de-evolution, whatever the word would be, to go backwards, not forward. But now we're in the time and moving forward. What is it we want to create in the future? Being co-creators, what does that mean? So there's so much information that will be shared. I also want everyday people to be sharing everything with you. So we're going to talk to them on their spiritual journey because we all connect. We're also going to be talking about universal energy as it comes in. Information comes in, and all of a sudden, everybody's putting that information out. It is not energy just for one person. It is energy for everyone. So people that say they're animal communicators, the thing is, we are all animal communicators. People say that they talk with the trees. We are all capable of doing everything. It's just some have got there before others. So these are the things people say, oh, they talk with the galactic, they talk with certain ascended masters. We create how we want to experience our journey here. So we create that. But in actual fact, I work a lot with Merlin, and he was my teacher again this life. But he had to wake me up and help me understand everything from the other side. Merlin is around if I need him, but as he said, you don't need me anymore, because now I stand in my power. And that's what I want to do, is get you to stand in your power. So we stop giving our power away. We stop giving our power away to so-called shamans. We stop giving our power away to other false teachers. We stop giving our power away to the divine entities that are on the other side. They're only here to assist us and guide us. They're not here to do the work for us. We're the ones that are embodied, and this is what everything's going to be about, being realism and not actually being out of our bodies, but finding the power within us. And that's what everything is, power. We are so powerful. When I do connect back up now, I don't leave my body. So anything I need to access, I can access through my present being here today. So when I want to go look through the Galactic Federation, I can connect in with that part of me there and look through their eyes. I don't need to actually leave my body. When I want to go to my Akashic records, they're within me. I find that within me. When I want to talk to the angelic realm, then I just connect with them. And a lot of the times I've done it myself. We all do this. I actually would say to Michael, oh, can you do this for me? You call him Archangel Michel in Europe, and we call him Archangel Michael in the other side of the Western planet. So when I asked him to do something, he just turned around and looked at me and said, why? You can do it yourself. So these are the way they taught me. They taught me to stand in my power and know that I can do this myself. We were chosen. We have come here because we knew we could do this. And they said, let's empower everyone to stand in their power to do the right thing. So this is part of the teachings that, well, I can't even say teachers. These are part of the messages and the guidance that I want to share with everyone. So there's lots of information that will be coming through. Also understanding the shadow side of our aspect selves. Once upon a time, we didn't have a shadow side, but now we do. Why? There's so much going on. There's so much information that's going to be shared. This is the only way I can get this information out on a quicker level. It's too hard to run around trying to do it. And they've told me you need to just collectively get this out as far as you can, as many people as you can. You all are awake. It's just that you don't understand the power that you have while you're awake and how we can actually go backwards or forward. We have to decide on which way we want to go. So there's going to be a lot of sharing. There's going to be a lot of talking. There's going to be also me being guided by questions that you can send me. And then I can see collectively everybody needs that information at the time. So then I can share that. I will be here to support. My job's not to do the work for you, but to support and to love you and honor your mission here on earth. We'll also talk about lots of things like ego, why humans have ego. The biggest challenge we ever have, and a lot of prophets have said that, they say to find true enlightenment and to find the power within without the ego taking over. And that's a hard one because we're human, but it's not as hard as we think. So we have to look at that too. So that's another aspect we will be looking at. And it's like breaking down all the human emotional issues we have so that we can just let our soul shine. And we can then live from our heart brain, not our head brain. Now that we will also discuss that as well, how to actually start doing it, self-checking all the time. And it is hard because we also are governed by other people's reactions. And it's really hard because it can be frustrating, especially when they don't hear you. So there's lots going on. There's going to be lots here. This is a new platform for me, so please bear with me. And I hope you do join the VIP because you will have access to everything. This also will allow me to try and support some of these other elders that have messages, and you know they do suffer a lot. And that's the thing, is that when you're in service, we are suffering. People in service are suffering. Elders are suffering because they're living and doing their job. So this is ways that we can support each other in helping each other. If I can help them in any way through Patreon, my Patreon page, then I will, because their messages are just important. Their stories help us activate within us. Everything about it is activation within. We will talk about the 9 Sisters of Avalon. We will talk about activation keys, the 9 realms. Even we will touch on how the 2 planets need to shift, how there's going to be a lower vibrational planet, a new higher vibrational planet. Which planet are you going to? Everything, you name it, it will be thrown out there. But I can't do all this without your support. So please, if you can support me and buy one of the packages and start getting information from all around and start collectively connecting. So we're inner work. Once we've got that inner work, then we can collectively connect. Everybody says it's the we year. That is true, but we're also in a transitional year. So the first 6 months is making sure that we're in balance as ourselves within, so that we can connect with the next one, pure intentions, pure energy, not actually in a bad way. So that's actually a bigger teaser on what all this Patreon side is about. It's not just about the Avalon stories. The Avalon stories are very important because that's what's going to wake up a lot of people. Even though I say this has a lot to do with the white indigenous races culture, the other thing is it doesn't matter what color you are this lifetime. A lot of us have had lives in all different cultures, religions, whichever way. We've even been witches, burnt at the stakes, drowned. I've been there, done that. And if anyone needs me to cover that, then please let me know. I can tell you how we shift the energies and why this happened. But also too, we need to really, really bring ourselves back. So even though you may be born in, say, India, and for some reason you connect more with the white indigenous race element, that's fine. It doesn't matter what color you are. This is why we're all different colors, is so that we see the soul, we don't see the person. So we're going to be working on a lot of that stuff as well. We're going to be talking and sharing. And you know, I have friends in Europe and they're white, but their soul belongs to another era. And where that soul belongs to, they have to take the Native American path. And that is fine too. And we have to honor that. Doesn't matter our color. I've gone to many places traveling. And even when I was in Vanuatu with the chiefs, the men are the ones that sit there and do everything. But they looked at me and they said, "We recognize you. You're to sit with us." So they see my soul. They don't see me just turning up as this white, blonde person on their island. The chiefs actually recognize me on a soul level. And this is another thing we're going to be working on. Soul level is important. So there's so much that's going to be on there. Of course, it might seem a little bit slow to start with, but once I get rolling, it's going to be really, really cool. And the thing is, this is where we come in as a we, because I want to do it as realistic as possible. Everyday issues, everyday people, as well as our soul journey. So it's quite interesting to be in these times at present. I want to hear from the youth. I want to see what they want. their ideas are fantastic. I want to give some little programs or tasks for children to be able to do at home so they can see the destruction we're doing. And this will be for parents to share with them. I can do a little kiddie section for free so that the kids can play around and they can experience a different way of being as well. I've met many youth that have actually been so disassociated with being human, and they self-harm, they do drugs, they drink because they're trying to feel their body. We're going to talk about all that too with the youth. We're going to share that. Eventually, I would like to start a Discord page for the youth to start communicating and talking about all this. But these are all, of course, need to be in progress. I can't do it all in one go, so it's very hard. So please, word of mouth, spread it. Let's become a community. Doesn't matter where we are on the planet, but being a community that we respect each other and we start learning who we are and not judging, no matter what our color was, no matter what our history has told us, but the history that we have within us and the connection we have on a different level. So we're going to stop all this airy-fairy, as a few elders do call it, this airy-fairy way of living, and bring in the soul and the human part as being one. As you know, many people have turned around and said, oh, you know, I'm a soul having a human experience. Well, 20 years ago, I used to say to you, nah, I'm a human having a soul experience. And we can change that. And we can actually say, do you know what? I'm a human and I'm a spirit all at the same time. And that's what we have to do. And that's when we get in our power. That is the Avalon way. That is the energies we work with, is we recognize that we are just a soul that shape shifts every lifetime. So please, I really, really do hope you will join me on my slow but good transition for humanity and for the planet and for the universe. Eventually, I have this weird vision. Most people do think I'm a little bit weird in my futuristic vision for the planet, is that I would love to see the birthing process slowly go, and that we accept the beings coming in their pure form and pure love. You know, we will accept a blue being here. We will accept a cat species being here in pure essence form. We will accept the Galactic Federation walking around as we are today. But we have to raise the vibration of the planet enough, which we are doing, so that they can come in. So I have quite a different vision on how I would like to see the planet. I don't know what your vision is. Please share with me. But I would like to see that we're integrating again back to how we were, back to the pureness we were. Eventually, we will get to stories that will be shared of my knowledge on how Earth was created and why she's in the middle of the 9 realms. So, well, she is part of the 9 realms, but she's in the middle, Midgard. We can touch on Odin, his protection over Midgard. We can touch on all the other planets around and how their elements were brought into play. So there's so much information that I remember and I have from the beginning of time. I remember how I was actually created out of the source pool. I remember where I was sent originally to be trained. I remember there's so much that we can connect and know all this within ourselves. But we all have access to it. We have knowledge. But I'm not the only one. I have clients that I work with. They remember how they were created. They remember how they were sent to a certain planet to be trained. I can take you back to your home planet. We can work on so much stuff. And this is going to be the only way I can actually put this out. You might get sick of seeing my face and my voice, and I understand that. Sometimes I will have channeled messages come through, and a lot of people say to me, it's not your voice. That's also fine too. Don't worry about it. Some people say my face changes because I am in service, and my service is to the highest purpose of humanity and the universe. So with that, I look forward to being of service to you all, and take care. Thank you so much.